Oh, I need to share this. Sorry, just as you went
that's all
live
good.
too. Just as you went live.
Sorry. You can share it. It's okay. It takes a little bit of time with the ads. I think there's like an ad that runs through. So yeah.
Hello, everyone. If you can hear us, see us.
Yes, let us know if you can hear us yet. There's a bit of a lag as well. Just
how do I share this thing?
Oh, right. So if you go, actually, I will send it to you on Instagram.
Okay. Yep. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for sharing.
That's all right. No worries.
So.
Yeah. Oh, right. Just the link, of course.
Yeah.
How are we looking? Hey. Are people coming in? Hello. Anybody home?
Hey, everyone. Hey, Sensei. Thank you so much for joining. Sensei is like, I love Sensei so much. He is like one of my favorite subscribers.
Awesome.
Always commenting on videos, always there. So thank you so much for always being there. And Lee, thank you so much for joining. And Pablo, thank you guys so much for joining. I know, right? Thank you so much, everybody. So let us know if you have any questions for us in the chat. So we'll just be getting into it.
Yeah, let's go. I'm just sharing this thing. I need to go to my community tab. It took me so long to find the community tab. It took me forever. Man, everyone's always just like, oh, you're doing so well on YouTube. And I'm like, I've got no idea how this thing works.
No, you are doing so well. You are goals, Brandon. And hey, Craig, thank you so much for joining as well. So, well, Brandon's sharing the live. I just thought maybe I could give you a bit of an intro. So everybody, you guys should be following Brandon. He has the most amazing content and he has just inspired me so much to start a YouTube channel. I
appreciate it.
I've been watching his videos for years and I did his Profitful courses and it taught me so much about investing and personal finance. So if you haven't checked out Profitful, I think you guys should. It's actually amazing course and definitely worth the money. And I feel I've already made. I did both of them. I did the stock analysis one and the dollar cost averaging one, and they're just so much value. So
thanks. I'm glad. Yeah. That's good to hear that feedback. I'm always trying to probe people that I trust. I'm like, tell me what's bad about it so I can kind of fix it up. But no, it's good to hear your feedback.
Yeah, it's hard to think about something that's bad about it, honestly. You did a really good job.
There you go. Hashtag ad, hashtag sponsored.
I know, right? Ad. It's not an ad, guys. But if you want to check out New Money and his channel, there's a little tag so you can actually click through to his channel link. Cool. Yeah. So the topic is investing like a pro. If you have any questions for us, ask us in the chat. Brandon is a big value investor, so he does take a lot of those principles. No, you are such a pro, but he takes all the principles from all of the big money managers like Warren Buffett. Who's your favorite investor, by the way?
Warren Buffett. Yeah, Warren Buffett for sure. I like Monish Prabhaya is a good one. I like Charlie Munger just because he just doesn't give AF.
Yeah.
And he just says what's on his mind. Peter Lynch, because I loved his book. Phil Town obviously has been a big influence on the way I started and still my strategy that I still kind of follow today. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, that's awesome. I love how in your content you do always try to, I guess, take those big investors and take lessons and learnings from them that we everyday people can apply to our lives.
I reckon it's the best way to do it. I mean, I don't know. I just get comments all the time, which is people just saying that they're studying these particular topics at uni and their lecturers are just so bad. And I'm just like, dude, just go and read some investing books by Warren Buffett and Peter Lynch, Monish Prabhaya, and just, read those books and you'll learn so much more. I mean, don't learn from, there's a reason that your professor is a professor. It's because he's tried investing, it didn't work, and so he decided to take a job instead. So go learn from the people that have made the squillions.
You're just I love that. It's so true though, isn't it? I know, yeah. Dropping those like knowledge bombs, but it's so true, right? Like, it's like, man, it's so true. It's one of those things you can't really learn through well, you can learn through, obviously from the greats, but like they are learning through experience. And if you can kind of like take those people's life's lessons to your investing, it's like we can all kind of avoid some of those costly mistakes as beginner investors, you know? Cool. So I thought maybe topics wise, we could go through investing like a pro, researching stocks, dollar cost averaging, all topics that I think that, you know, Brandon is very well versed on. So if you have any questions about it, let us know in the chat. Financial goals as well, if you want to know our financial goals, and cryptocurrency. We all know how much Brandon loves cryptocurrency. So
I made a video about cryptocurrency the other day. I was talking to, do you know Daniel Pronk? Have you seen his channel?
No. Actually, was that the latest one? And he was like a European kind of
Oh no,
investor?
That's Sven. No, I haven't released this video yet. But I was talking to him. He's got a similar sized channel to me, and because I released that video where Ray Dalio gave his opinions on Bitcoin, which I like completely agree with. And then just the comments of that video, I got destroyed. If you want to see a YouTuber get destroyed in the comments section, go and look at Ray Dalio Bitcoin, whatever it is, the one I just released. And Daniel Pronk was like, dude, I was going to make the exact same video after he said those things on Twitter, but now seeing those comments, I think I'm just going to keep my thoughts and opinions to myself, because he's saying that he basically agrees with my kind of opinion with Ray Dalio's opinion. But he was just like, man, I just don't want to. He's like, I'm just going to keep to myself on that one. Anyway.
I saw your video and I did read some of the comments. Yeah, people are savage. Like, people love cryptocurrency. So I think you must have definitely rubbed some people the wrong way.
Maybe there are some topics on YouTube that you can't talk negatively about. One would definitely be Tesla. If you talk negatively about Tesla, you'll get destroyed. If you talk negatively about Bitcoin, you get destroyed. What else? There'd be a couple more. I can't think, but yeah.
So true. I also wanted to welcome our guest. So, hey, Brandon, other Brandon.
Brandon Moran.
So, and we've also got Bashka. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with pronouncing things. We actually have a question, so maybe we could answer it. Ooh. What are your thoughts on Ray Dalio's investing strategy, which I guess he calls the holy grail of investing? Do you have any thoughts, Brandon?
Yeah. Ray Dalio, I invest quite differently to Ray. Ray is so focused on the macro with his investing, and Bridgewater Associates is so on, you know, the macroeconomics, and they've got their two kind of different styles. I can't remember what's the prime alpha fund, and then they've got the all-weather portfolio. But you know, Ray talks about the all-weather portfolio a lot, where he's just kind of like, get a investing portfolio that kind of works in all conditions, blah blah blah. But yeah, I think there's room to be defensive in that aspect. And I mean, if you just want to plug away, but I mean, to be honest, I just like his way of investing. He buys the all-weather portfolio. He buys stocks that have been around for a very long time, but he also buys a lot of them. Like, he buys so many stocks. I just don't think I could keep up with that many stocks in my active investment. And then it gets to a point where it's so all-weather that it becomes just like passive investing. So it's just like, well, why don't I just do passive investing through dollar cost averaging instead? But I'm not trying to throw anything at Ray Dalio, because obviously he's a legend. I love that guy. What a guy.
Yeah, he's making so much money as well. So yeah, but those are some good insights. I think sometimes, it's hard to follow some of the big investors exactly what they do, because they have so much money, and obviously they're going to change their strategy. They're just not. They have so much money.
It's like you think about a Warren Buffett. Everyone's like, oh, what's Warren Buffett going to buy? He can only buy, like, to really make a significant impact to Berkshire's portfolio, he can only buy massive positions. And to buy a massive position, he's either buying the business outright, or he has to buy into a very large company like an Apple, or, a Microsoft, or a Bank of America, whatever it might be. So it's like everybody's always like, oh, what's Buffett buying and selling this quarter? But it's like, well, it probably doesn't have too much relevance to you because he's very limited in what he can buy because he's so large and he's trying to invest like $10 to $15 billion. If he finds like a little company that's the perfect investment, he probably won't even buy it because it's like seeing a 5-cent piece on the ground, you know? Whereas for us, it's just like, I want it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, to us, the 5-cent piece is like $1 million.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we want in, but to him, it's $1 million is nothing. He'd blow his nose with $1 million, you know?
So true. It's like I was reading. Have you read Invested, like the book?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. There was this part where I think Warren Buffett, he was saying that it was a lot easier for him to make really, really great returns when he had not that much money. But now he has so much money, it gets harder and harder to make good returns because there's just so much money that he has to invest, like you said, you know.
It's pretty insane, man.
Yeah. Maybe
first world problems though, isn't it?
I know, right? Oh, he has too much money. He's like can't make great returns on
what do I do with all this money?
Millions of dollars goals. So let's see. We've got some more questions. So wanted to put them up. So hello both. Do you have any advice for people living in Australia and wanting to get involved with drop shipping? I'm looking to set up a passive income and looking into it. Interesting question.
You can probably talk to this one more than I can because I've not done any drop shipping before. Whereas you've started a physical products business before, so you take this one.
Okay. So I'll take this one. Thank you for the question. So say Yuri. I'm really bad at pronouncing things, by the way.
Me too.
I'm so sorry.
Although it's better to have a go than to just not say anything.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying. So I actually started a drop shipping store a couple of years ago called Kitchen Gadgets, and I thought, I'm going to be rich. Like, this is the perfect idea. Everybody needs kitchen gadgets. Nobody needs branded kitchen gadgets. So I was like, this is perfect because they don't care if it's not a branded like potato peeler or something like that. So I set up my drop shipping site. And then, it honestly didn't do that well. I'm not sure if it was the idea or if it was, I don't know, like just the marketing or something like that. But I really tried on that one. And at the same time, I was also running my false eyelashes business. The false eyelashes business did a lot better. And I think the reason why was because it had a brand. And I could control things. Like I could control the packaging that it was sent through. I could control the shipping time. I'd pack the orders, send them off to my customers. I physically made sure that the packets were nice, the packaging looks great, the shipping time was fast. Whereas with drop shipping, you can only control the website. I don't know when my customer's going to get their vegetable peeler. Like it's going to get sent from China in a crumpled envelope and no branding or anything. So I don't think it really encourages repeat purchases. So that's why there weren't any repeat purchases with my false eyelashes business. There are. So that's just something you need to weigh up with drop shipping. You know, you can't control everything.
No, true. I got nothing to add. Sorry.
And Sensei, Brandon, never let others' opinions stop you from doing what you want to talk about. Oh, you are the real MVP, Sensei. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei. I appreciate it.
It's so true. So I thought maybe we could also, I've got a little quiz for Brandon since we all know how much he loves Tesla. So rearrange these companies in order of market cap. And you guys also let us know which one you think in the chat.
Go chat. I know number one. I'm not sure about number 2 and 3. So Tesla's definitely number 1. I'm going to say Toyota's number 2, and then General Motors is number 3.
Cool. And let us know. I'll just wait for the comments to come through and see what people say. I know.
The suspense is killing me.
I know, right?
I'm pretty sure I've got that number 1 right though.
And hey, Nicholas from Aussie Money Man, thank you for joining us.
Hey, Nick.
And John, and JJ, and Michael. And Blurry, hey.
Someone said I got it right.
Ooh.
BAC. Everyone's going with what I said. BAC.
They all agree with you. Okay, let's see what it is.
Get around it.
Oh, wait, I actually didn't rearrange them.
Was I right though?
I'm saying you actually are right. So it is Tesla first, Toyota second, and then General Motors. I'm sorry, I didn't rearrange them on the slides. Rookie error. Anyway, so next question. What year was Tesla listed on the NASDAQ? And thank you also, Sensei Shredder, for this question. He actually wrote in my comments and he was like, ask this question.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
And let us know in the chat. It doesn't have to be.
2008? Was it 2008?
Maybe.
I don't know.
And let us know in the chat, guys, what you think.
Oh, where are these chats at?
I know. There's a bit of a lag. That's the only thing. It's like, oh.
I need to learn to use something like this live streaming site that you've got us hooked into here.
It's so much fun. You definitely should.
Okay, I need to live stream more.
You definitely should. It's so much fun. So Michael, 2011. Sayuri, 2002.
I don't know. How are we looking? 2011. Was it 2011? 2010? 2010. Was it 2010? After the GFC, was it? Oh,
Ta-da!
2010. It was after the GFC.
Yeah. And final question. Who founded Tesla?
Someone irrelevant. It wasn't Elon Musk. I can't remember what his. I think that were there two. Were there co-founders? Were there two co-founders? Right. Yeah. Okay.
I'm giving it away. I shouldn't have said anything.
Right. Does Elon get? Does he get a credit as a co-founder? Probably not technically. Because he came into the
co-founder, but he didn't start it. I should have changed the question to started Tesla. It's not technical.
No, that's it. Quit the live stream. Start it again.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm bad with
See
stuff.
you guys. Sorry.
Okay, you want to see who it is?
Yeah, let's go. Who is it?
Martin.
Yeah. There you go.
So I thought that was a fun, because I didn't even know that. I thought that Elon Musk was the one that started it, but he actually wasn't. So it's interesting, hey? Learn something new.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's certainly a much bigger company now that he's been at the helm. So
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Insane. I actually made a video about Tesla today, because one of the investors I look up to, Michael Burry, who you guys probably know from The Big Short. That's Christian Bale's character. He announced on Twitter today, I think it was yesterday maybe, that he is now taking up a short position in Tesla. I was like, it's like, I'm a long-term Tesla shareholder, but I also very much respect Michael Burry's opinion. So I got a video coming out tomorrow.
Oh, that is so interesting, because the price of Tesla is just crazy. It's like, is it going to come back down to earth? I don't know. Yeah.
My opinion was that Burry's shorting it because of the stock price, not because of the company. I think he's just seeing just an outright, it's gone 10x in the past 12 months. It's ridiculous. So I think he's just
really high.
He's just playing against the stock price. Yeah, it's much less speculative. It's amazing. So much. So it's been de-risked a lot more since when I first bought in, which is in 2017. So it's come a long way since then. Yeah.
2017. What made you want to invest in Tesla in the first place?
Like a lot of people, it was Elon. Definitely Elon. But, I just this is before I really, had a really solid investing strategy set. I played a little bit with fire, a little bit more. I never went that heavy into Tesla though in 2017, but it was definitely Elon and the vision for the future. And for me back then, it just looked like it was the only real deal company to do with solving the issue that I really cared about, which is climate change. And, you see so much political inaction on climate change. I'm like, well, crap, I guess this is just going to be solved by public or private companies instead of governments. So I'm like, all right, I want to get behind Elon Musk, who's, I would say the greatest engineer, inventor, creator, innovator of our time. So that's kind of what drew me into it originally. But,
wow,
yeah.
that's awesome. It's so true.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing that it took Elon Musk like taking Tesla to the next level to get everybody kind of like making electric vehicles. Like it just took kind of like one person. Obviously, he has a team and lots of people helping him on the project. But it's amazing that, you know, it's also very inspiring. It's like he's just one person, but he's done all these amazing things. It's like we can also do that, you know, it's something to look up to.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone said, where is it? 2017 and I still didn't sell Tesla. That's super risky right now. Yeah, I actually have cleared my original stake off the table. So it's just house money at this point.
Really?
That's kind of a cool little strategy that sometimes I follow just to make, because I used to, back before, you know, I'm a little bit more experienced now. I used to get so stressed, you know, if you're looking at a profit, I'm like, oh, you know, I want to take it, but I still believe in the company, but I don't want to lose the profit, you know, all these things kind of play on your head, in your mind. So I was just like, you know what, I'll just take my original stake off the table and then just play with whatever's left over. So I can't lose money, I guess, is the way. And that kind of,
yeah, exactly. It's good because you're not worried if the stock price like crashes or anything, because you know, for any major money, you've taken your initial investment. Did you take just your initial investment or plus a bit more?
No, I probably took a little bit more, but not too much overall. Yeah.
Interesting. Let me have a look at some of these comments. So Chris, hey Brandon, thoughts on the rest of the EV sector?
To be honest, like obviously EVs are going to be the future, but I'm just not sold on any of the other EV makers. And I think the main reason I'm not sold is just because of the value of autonomy, and no other company is even close. I mean, so much of why I like Tesla these days is just because of that autonomy piece. So, I mean, they're rolling out the first iteration of the full self-driving, you know, autopilot system, which is insane to me. No one else is even close. I mean, who's the second closest? Maybe like a Waymo or something. It's just like they're so far behind, you know. So I don't know. To be honest, I'm not particularly not thrilled by the rest of the EV sector, but it's definitely the future.
Yeah, I think so, and maybe it will improve. You know, what are your thoughts on NIO? Because everyone's like talking about NIO. They're like, NIO.
I just, to be honest, like I'm not super into it. I just don't. I don't have amazing insights on NIO. Like it's a company, makes electric cars, so you know. Yeah, I'm more in the Tesla camp than anything else.
Tesla is amazing. Like the technology in those cars, I was just like blown away. And it's so cool that they can drive like just as fast as like those Lambos and like all of those cars. It's just like crazy.
I saw a picture of a guy that under his repeater camera that's stuck to the side of the car, he's got the Lamborghini badge, the Ferrari badge, and the Porsche badge. And then every time he smokes one off the line, he goes and puts a line, like he tallies them up, like victims. My gosh. So he posted a photo of him with his little tally of how many Lambos he's beat, how many Porsches he's beat, how many Ferraris he's beat. Yeah,
it's so cool. I love Teslas. When are you going to get your Tesla, Brandon?
Soon.
I'm so looking forward to it. You're going to make so many YouTube videos, like in your Tesla. Like Tesla.
You're in Sydney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a trip up to Sydney, and we'll pick up Pablo as well, and we'll just go somewhere and have a good time.
That sounds amazing. I would love that. Cool. Like honestly. Yeah.
Although Sydney driving, I'm not sure if I'd like to drive around Sydney, to be perfectly honest.
It's not great. Like all the windy streets and the hills, and it's a bit much, you know. It's much easier around Canberra. Canberra's nice.
Yeah, no, for sure. Should we do a different topic?
Yeah. So let's do a different topic. Let us know what you guys think. Okay, we've got one from James. Hello, James, by the way. Hey, Brandon, I know that you are someone who used Phil's Town way of investing, and with Tesla being ridiculously overpriced right now, why continue having stocks in it at the moment?
Well, I don't feel any pressure to sell because, like I was saying before, I cleared some off the table, but like I still believe in it. I kind of made a commitment to myself that the shares that I've got in Tesla, I'm going to hold until I'm like ready to retire, kind of thing. So
because you believe in the company as well, like you believe
I do believe in the
what
company.
they're doing and their vision, you know. So it's worthwhile supporting those companies, I think, you know.
Yeah,
changing the world.
Short term, who knows? I mean, look at the short term of Tesla stock; it's only gone up. So who knows? It could go up, it could go down. But imagine if I sold now and it went up another 50% or something. I'd be kicking myself. So no, I believe in the company. Like, I think it's probably likely that the stock will come down pretty hard because it's so pricey. But I mean, if I'm holding for 20 years, then that'll be a distant memory, you know?
It's so true. And I think over time, like Tesla will definitely be around for sure. So we've got...
Oh, no, you've got one. Yeah.
Oh, Bashka. Hope I pronounced that right. What percentage should an asset class be allocated in your portfolio, and should one specialize in one asset class in the beginning and diversify down the line, or diversify from the start?
It's like this is an impossible question to answer because, in my opinion, it just depends on what you're trying to do. Like, you know, and it depends where your interests are and, you know, your expertise. Like for me, I'm not interested in Bitcoin, but everybody else seems to be interested in Bitcoin, so they want to hold that as an asset. I like cash producing assets, and I hold like companies. You know, I haven't got into the real estate market yet, but I think that generally I would aim to diversify a little bit into real estate as well as shares. But gold doesn't really interest me personally because I'm all about, you know, cash flow. But other people argue. I mean, Ray Dalio would argue with me on that one. He'd be like, Brandon, what are you doing? Have some gold in your portfolio. Other people say have some Bitcoin in your portfolio. But I don't know. I think like that. And yeah, it depends where your interests are, where your expertise is, and like what you're trying to achieve with your investing as well.
So true. I think it's important to invest in the things that you like. Like, don't just buy things because people are talking about them and you're like, oh, I should have this in my portfolio. At least that's what I try not to do because, you know, you want to be excited about your portfolio. You want to enjoy the things that you're investing in, right? If you don't like cryptocurrency, for example, you hate researching it, just, you know, there's no point investing in it, I think. Whereas if you're somebody that loves crypto, loves like that whole aspect, then yeah, maybe it's worthwhile. And I think same with like real estate as well. I try to be open-minded with investing. I don't know everything. I'm learning all the time. I could very much be wrong about like everything. So I love hearing other people's perspectives about different investments. I think at the beginning when I started personal finance, I was very like, the stock market is the only way to go. Real estate, you can't make money with real estate, blah, blah, blah. And then I became a lot more open-minded because I was like, oh, actually, I started, you know, researching stuff. And I'm like, people are making good money with real estate too. So, you know, I think it's worth keeping your mind open, learning from different people and seeing what interests you, and maybe give a few things a go, see which one you like the most.
About this one, any tips on starting an investing and finance channel? Do you have any tips?
Oh, let me see. Who is it from?
2 down.
Oh,
Blurry.
Oh, yep.
Do you have any tips?
Yeah, I think just get started as soon as you can, because honestly, your first videos are going to be so cringe and embarrassing.
Garbage. Yeah.
They're going to be so bad, but then the more videos you make, you'll slowly improve over time. And don't worry, because everybody has to start there. It's just like, you know, it's like being an awkward teenager, don't you think? That's what it reminds me of. I'm watching myself as like a 13-year-old, like learning how to be an adult. That's what my first YouTube videos are like. But you get better. You understand what you like doing videos about, you understand who your audience is, and then it just and then it can really compound over time. Like, I mean, look at Brandon and how much success he's had over the past couple of years. So what are your tips, Brandon? You're the expert.
I'm in the same camp. Just start something. And I think it's getting so saturated too right now. Like if you're a new investing or personal finance YouTuber and you make a video on like how to invest for beginners, that video is going to get drowned by everybody else. So I think you've got to think a little bit outside the box now. I was talking to Nate O'Brien the other day, and he was saying the same thing. Like the best channels are the ones that can grow really quickly, have a really solid foundation of information. This is specifically in the investing kind of niche. So they have a really solid foundation of information, and then there's also that layer of individuality, of something. Why do people could watch any investing for beginners video? Why do they watch yours as opposed to somebody else's? So you might present it in a different way. You might do animations. You might just be a really outgoing person and funny and that sort of thing. So I think it's a niche that's getting filled and it's getting more saturated. What I see is there's a lot of people that are stuck with the smaller channels that are trying to kind of rise up and gain subscribers, but it's so dominated by a fair few players that started 4 years ago and have now made it really big, that you got to do something to stand out. And it might just be the depth of your knowledge. Like if you're someone that you watch other videos and you're like, man, I could explain that 10 times better, then do it. I mean, if you know it, show it, kind of thing. And but I think definitely you got to bring something individual, I suppose.
That is so true. I completely agree. And I think that there's so many people in the space, but there's nobody that can really talk about things the way that you can as an individual person. And that's the way that I like to look at it. There are so many people, but everybody's different. And I think everybody has their kind of niche that they're targeting. So it's just about finding what that sweet spot is, something that you're passionate about, something that people are also interested in too. And then I think you'll do well. So let us know how it all goes. Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck. Just get started.
Yeah.
Could be the best decision you've ever made in your whole life. It certainly was for me. That's
I too. I just can't imagine my life anymore not making YouTube videos. It just makes me so happy,
It's fun. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we get this interaction. It's fun talking to you guys.
I know. I learned so much stuff from you guys. You guys are just I feel like my investing knowledge has just gone up so much because of all the smart people watching my videos. I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much.
Contribute for sure. Yeah. There's it's just because we make the YouTube videos doesn't mean we're the smartest investors going around. So we like hearing from you guys and what you guys think.
Yeah, I love that. Sensei said, Queenie and a saving shower water vlog from a few days ago. Yeah, I've tried to put some little funny parts in my videos now. I did this skit and I pretended that I saved money by drinking my used shower water and making tea with it. And then people were like, what? So I was just casually I put a bit of milk in the water and so it was a bit cloudy and I was just
That is rank, but very, very funny.
I know.
Did you do it seriously or did you do it jokingly? You should have done it.
It was a joke.
You should have done it completely seriously. That would have been the funniest, just to make people be like, I think she's joking. Wait,
but
is she joking?
It's should I be doing this as well?
Yeah, true. Jeez, I don't know. Yeah, true. You want to be careful what you recommend.
So true.
It's all right. If Donald Trump thinks we can put bleach in our arteries, then I'm sure we can get away with saying drink your bath water.
Just says so many things, hey?
Oh dear.
So the rookie investor. Hey guys, question for Brandon. Is your entire portfolio filled with stocks based on value investing, or do you have a small percentage of riskier stocks for more of a play?
Yeah, I just follow that Phil Town kind of mentality that you know, it's fun to like, oh, I think I might have found the next big thing, but you know, it's a startup, you know, so maybe you want to make a bit of a, almost like a gamble. And I think that's okay, but as long as you keep collectively all of your little gambles as a very small percentage of your portfolio. So definitely like 90+% of my portfolio is grounded in, it's not strictly value investing, like the old school value investing, Buffett Graham style has been updated a lot now. So like, I definitely don't invest in companies that aren't growing. Like people always say, oh, it's value investing or it's growth investing, you know, fight between the two. But I'm like, well, no, just blend them together. I mean, it makes sense. You need companies that are going to grow into the future, and you also need to be able to buy those companies at a fair price. So I think that it's not like exclusive value growth, but I blend them together. But when, to answer the question that you asked, no, I do have a small percentage in riskier positions. Tesla started as that. Which is insane because now it's like almost might be, I haven't checked my portfolio in a while, could be the biggest investment that I've got at the moment, which is just
wow.
But I mean, sometimes those risky ones do pay off. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they crash and burn and turn to zero. I've had a couple of those ones too. But sometimes they just work out. They're the 10 baggers that's what Peter Lynch would say. 10 bagger stocks.
And it's exciting as well. Like, you know, it's so fun. Good. Like you want to invest obviously in safe things for the majority of your portfolio, but then sometimes it's just like, you know, you find something that you really like or a product or a service you really believe in. I'm also similar to you, Brandon. I think when you find those good opportunities, they're a bit like, oh, this could go either way. Just put in a very, very small position that you are prepared to lose, you know? So Luke, hey, Brandon and Queenie, what are your thoughts on Square?
I don't have any thought. I don't follow Square. Sorry.
Oh, really?
Do you follow?
Yeah. It's
go for it.
Take the floor. One of my watch lists, but I really like it. I haven't honestly looked into the financials for a while, but I think it's a really cool business. Like I love, like they've solved such a good problem, you know, which was just like small. Do you know what it is?
Explain it to me. Give me the full rundown, like, including intrinsic value and your rationale for future growth.
No. Oh, I can't.
I'm just kidding.
So, you know, when you go to like kind of little cafes and little bakeries and instead of having like an F+ machine, they'll have like a little Square. And it's just this very easy way for people to make card payments to merchants. And that's how it kind of initially started. I think that now they've kind of built out and they've got more products. And let me know in the chat if there's stuff that I'm leaving out, because
matching up with what I'm reading
in a while. But it's a really cool business. They're growing so fast in the US, and I think now they've expanded into more financial products for small businesses. But it's just such a good example of like solving a small problem for somebody and doing it really well.
That's the thing with businesses. People think that you have to reinvent the wheel. You really don't. You can just solve this so many of these like software as a service companies, they just solve this tiny little inconvenience and they become billion-dollar companies. It's insane.
I know, it's crazy. So yeah, it's wild. So Australian Shooting Channel, hey guys, glad to see you both finally doing a collab. How do you guys feel about building a monthly income portfolio?
Monthly income portfolio. To be honest, a lot of people like income in their portfolios. I don't care so much for it at the moment, and I think that's because I'm lucky to have some streams of income like from YouTube and Profitful and whatnot. That I like, even if I bought a company right now and it was giving me income, obviously like through dividends or whatever, I'd just reinvest the dividends, and that's like totally fine. You know, still get that great compounding effect. But I'm not really concerned about generating passive income from my investments yet, because it's like early in the piece. Like when I'm 60, I'll probably generate heaps of income from my investments, I hope. But for now, it's just all compounding.
What about that's an interesting point. I know that you're like not really into the whole dividend investing space, but yeah. I do like your rationale.
A lot of people are though, and like Australia is like such a crazy place for it because we can get dividend yields of like 6% or something. I was talking to Sven and I was talking to a couple other guys, and they're just like, man, you have stocks that pay you a consistent like 6, 7, 8% dividend. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
But,
It's insane. I initially started, I was a bit like how I was with real estate. I was like, nah, dividend investing, nah, not doing that. And then I started, I just watched a couple of videos from some people that are doing dividend investing, and it kind of opened my mind to why people do it. I was like, so interesting. So do you know Tracy Edwards? She has a YouTube channel.
I haven't met her, but yeah, I know who she is. Yeah.
Yeah, so she pretty much lives off dividends. So I was like, that's wild.
Wow.
Good on her. But she's very open with her portfolio and her journey. And some months, like I think during COVID, the dividends obviously have dropped quite a lot. So she used to be making quite a bit of money, and she used to kind of be able to live comfortably. Now it's a little bit, it's a little bit tight with her budget.
Yeah.
But what I found was interesting, one of her videos, she was talking about why she likes dividend investing opposed to growth investing in Australia. And this is her rationale. I thought this is so smart. It makes so much sense. So she was saying that in Australia, the reason why the dividend yields are so high is because, Australian companies, you can only really grow so much. Like, we're a small country, we've got 20 million people, 25 million people.
Yeah.
Once you kind of reach the size of like Commonwealth Bank, like where are you going to grow? Like you're not going to grow bigger than Commonwealth Bank, right? So they have a choice, these businesses. They can either use their money to grow, or they could, reinvest back in the business, give bonuses to all the staff, or they could give dividends. So Australian businesses tend to give dividends. And that's the reason why the dividend yield is so high, especially for companies that can't really grow overseas. And I was like, that makes so much sense. And that's why companies in the US, they have low dividend yields, because they can kind of grow anywhere. Like they're just sky's the limit, right?
Yeah, no, that is a good rationale. Because you're right. Like once the
good.
Commonwealth Bank has captured its market, then where are you going to go? And if they've got no growth prospects, then it's pointless them keeping the money. So just give it to us. We'll go and find something to do with it.
yeah, exactly. So
no, that is a good rationale. I like it.
So Emma, from your income, what percentage do you save and invest in? Welcome, by the way.
To be honest, I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean, it'd be a lot. I don't really spend too much money, so I would save a lot. I'm kind of like
ballpark. Come on,
ballpark. I don't know.
Give us a figure.
I'd save like at least probably 60%. Well, no, actually, I'd probably save more like 75% of what I earn.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Impressive.
So yeah, I'm trying to get into property at the moment. So I haven't bought a stock since March. So
well, it's a good time to buy stocks though. Like you know,
it's like that's back in March. I was getting excited. I remember I was staying up late at night with Hamish and just chatting to him. And we were just like back and forthing. We were watching the S&P go down 5-6% in a day, and we're like, dude, what are you buying? What are you buying? What are you finding? And we're just like back and forthing and buying stocks. But since then, obviously, it's just bounced straight back up. So that's kind of been boring. But it's also kind of been a blessing in disguise, because I do want to buy a house at some stage, so I can kind of just save my money for the house.
Wow, that is
kind
so
of boring,
cute.
but,
oh my god, you and Hamish are the cutest. Like, I think it's really sweet that you guys have found each other, because I mean, it would be so hard to find somebody that's also so passionate about Warren Buffett and investing as well. Like, can you imagine? Like, I already know it's so hard to find people that are interested in this stuff, but I just love how you guys have found each other and you have that passion, and it's just really nice.
Yeah. No, he's a good guy, Hamish. He's a good guy. We've done a lot of podcast episodes, so we get along like a house on fire.
Yeah, I was listening to it today, like one of your podcasts.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good one. By the way, check it out, guys. Young Investors Podcast on Spotify.
Do you do any podcasting or not really?
No, not at the moment. I'm trying to focus on YouTube. And then I think once I can do this full time, hopefully one day, I would love to start doing more content on maybe a podcast, and then maybe like do more content on TikTok because I love TikTok.
Oh yeah.
And I also want to, what was the other thing? I want to do like maybe a vlog channel, which could just be fun, like stuff. Let me know what you guys think of that,
No, they're
by
good.
the way, in the
Well,
chat.
you want to, if your goal is to get to a stream of income, then you want to start with YouTube for sure. Because podcasts,
exactly.
they just don't make money unless you sponsor up.
Yeah, and the good thing about YouTube is like, you know, you don't have to get sponsors on all the time. Like you sometimes, like if a good partner comes along and you're like, oh, this is a great product, why not? Sure. But the great thing about it is like we can live off the ad revenue, like if we get big enough. So, and I like not having to rely on pushing products. Like I don't want to be one of those people that's like, hey, buy this thing, like, you know, and just like,
you
no.
lose trust so quickly doing that as well.
Exactly. And you
People
kind of
will
have
call
to
you to
do
be a
that.
sellout straight away. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have
With
to do that
podcasting,
on like other platforms like podcasts and TikTok. And that's why it's fun.
even.
Yeah, Instagram. But I like YouTube because it's like we can, that can be our main source of income. And so Bashka, what are your thoughts on global diversification? And if you were to invest in a country, except for Australia, which countries would you look into and what asset class? It's a great question. I love this.
Yeah, thanks for the question. I think that global diversification is smart, especially if you're a passive investor. I mean, I'd be more bullish on the American economy than the Australian economy. And global diversification. If you were to buy like a global 100 ETF, then you get a lot of big behemoth American companies. You get some Chinese companies. I think you get like 1 or 2 Australian companies and some from Europe. I mean, it makes sense. A lot of the big companies of the world, the globally diversified ETFs, they capture those behemoths. So a lot of those companies are really good companies that have kind of monopoly advantages because they've grown to the size that they are. So it's pretty. I reckon it's pretty smart. Not financial advice, though, of course.
Do you like kind of divide it up into a specific portion? Are you like X% in US, X% in something else, or are you just kind of like?
Oh, really? I'm pretty just even spread kind of thing. Just a ASX and then a S&P and then a global for passive investing. That is. I think if you're passive investing, then you can't go too wrong doing that. But yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
And yeah, if I wasn't going to invest, I actually do very little investing in Australia. Like I do most of my investing in the States, to be honest. So that's where
I've noticed that because they do have like really big growth companies, and Australia is so small. I heard this stat the other day. It was just like the trading volume. I think Justin told me, but the trading volume of Apple is like the same as the whole ASX combined.
That's probably true.
What? I was like, what? That's insane. Like, that just makes me feel so small, you know? Yeah, it's crazy. J said Square is one of the big allocations in Ark ETF, I think. And Logan also talking about Ark. What do you think of Ark, by the way?
Oh, I like the style. Like they're cool. I like Ark. Kathy Wood. I just like how they approach things, you know? Just think about where the world is going and buy the best stocks you can that are getting us there, you know?
Yeah,
I think more long-term investors would do very well to just stand back from everything that's happening right now. Just be like, well, I'm not investing for what's happening right now. I'm investing for what's happening in 10 years from now, you know, if you're a short-term investor, then you are investing for what's happening right now or next week or next month. But if you're a long-term investor, you're thinking like, what's the world going to look like? Especially if you're someone that's investing for your whole life. Like we're pretty young. If you're going to invest until you're like 60, 65, like, what is the world going to be like when I'm 65? You know, people saying, oh, oil stocks so cheap, you know, right now. If I invest in an ExxonMobil, when I'm 65, will ExxonMobil still be around? You know, they'll be the number one plastics manufacturer, maybe, but they're going to be providing oil for the transportation and industry and whatnot. I just don't think so. So
it's so true.
No, yeah, I like the way the Ark go about it.
Yeah,
some of their investments, I'm like, oh, this is a bit this is a bit risky. But
Ugh.
that's their whole thing. That's their whole thing. They want to get in early. They place their bets before it happens, you know. So they try and really find those companies that are going to do the things of the future. I think that's why they're so invested in Tesla. They got investments in genetics and whatnot as well. But yeah, what do you think?
So true. I honestly, I've been looking into it a bit more. I haven't done a lot of research into it, but yeah, I do like their investing style, and I do like. It's like an actively managed ETF as well, right? It's not like just kind of like.
So I haven't looked really in depth into it.
And I kind of like that. If it is a active ETF, let me know in the comments. But I like that aspect because I think I was talking to somebody about it, but they were saying that it is quite good to have, like, obviously ETFs, you do want to track an index, and that's great. So then you can kind of get the average market returns. But when it comes to people that are investing in kind of more like Ark ETF that are investing in technology, you want to make sure that there's somebody looking at those companies all the time and kicking out the bad companies that aren't doing well, because you don't want to just buy like the top, X many tech companies and then nobody's looking at them, and some of them, turn bad, So that's another benefit of like sometimes like actively managed ETFs when you are looking for investments that are like future driven and growth driven, Yeah,
no, that makes sense. You got disruptive innovation, autonomous tech and robotics, genetics, next generation internet, innovation, space exploration, mobility as a service, 3D printing. So cryptocurrency. So they're in all the things that they think will change the future.
Yeah,
sure.
It's massive. And Brandon, thank you so much. He said, "Keep up the good work, Queenie and other Brandon."
You're the other Brandon. I'm the Brandon. You're the other Brandon. No, love you, Brandon. Thanks for tuning in.
And lots of people saying Tracy is a solid inspiration for us income investors. Yeah, she's awesome. Definitely check her out as well. So when is the Tracy Edwards collab? I definitely should reach out to her and set something up. I really like her idea of dividend investing, and very solid. So James, and somebody said something nice as well, but I need to find the comment.
We appreciate nice comments.
So Queenie, you are so elegant, gorgeous woman. Thank you so much. It's so sweet. I love these comments.
My comments, Brandon. You look so handsome with this new hair that's growing 10 times too long. And
so
it sticks out the side.
What's with the hair?
What's with my hair?
Yeah,
I'm just growing it. I'm just growing it out, and it's just in an awkward phase because I'm going from. Eventually. Now it just looks a little bit crazy because it's in between lengths. But eventually it will slowly just keep growing, and then it will come down. Do you know Obi-Wan Kenobi out of Star Wars?
Yes.
I'll go straight for his Attack of the Clones mullet. That's what I'm going for. Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, episode 2.
Oh no, I think my computer's a bit frozen. I hope it's fine. Yeah, but I've got the spinning mouse, but I can still hear you. And I guess you can still see me. So
yeah, I can still see you. We're all good at my end.
Okay, I'll just deal with this.
Are we all good? Can you let us know? I'm going to try and watch the stream.
Okay.
Let's see if it's working.
Let's go through some other comments. So the fluffy pelican, what emerging markets are you most excited about?
What
it's back.
Sorry?
You're back. The fluffy penguin, what emerging markets are you most excited about?
I don't know, to be honest. China. I mean, is China even an emerging market?
Yeah, they call it technically. It seems pretty emerged.
Seems pretty established.
Seems like it's definitely emerged.
I'm just too much of a noob with international stuff. Like I haven't been overseas very much. I don't know how a lot of these emerging markets. Like someone was talking about Russia as an emerging market. I'm like, man, I got no idea. I got no idea what happens over in Russia. Like I'm the last person to ask about Russian, ETFs and whatnot.
That's so interesting. I wonder what their companies would be like, you know?
Who knows?
Stuff.
Yeah. Who knows? I have no idea. No, I don't. I'm a bit boring. If I'm looking into emerging markets, it would probably be in a diversified ETF, or it would be in a company probably out of China where I'm quite confident that I know what I'm talking about. But to be honest, I probably don't.
Yeah, I guess I'm same as you. I think China, I've heard India as well is like quite a good like space to watch because they've got so many people and they're really
India's
like
insane.
upping that tech sort of component. So definitely one to watch, I think.
Yeah. I read a stat. Is it something like more than a third of the world's population are Indian?
Really?
I think so. It's like a crazy stat. It's crazy.
There are so many people in India, and they're definitely getting more like more people are coming onto the internet. I think I was watching this video. It was like YouTubers in India. They're just like blowing up, and I think the top biggest YouTube channels are like all Indian because there are so many people that are like getting access to like the internet in India, and so like all of the biggest channels ever are Indian.
Yeah.
And
did you see that? Do you ever follow PewDiePie? Did you remember his beef with T-Series when they were just coming up?
No. What happened?
PewDiePie was the most subscribed to channel for a very long time, and he was just getting caught up very quickly by this Indian music company, I think, called T-Series.
Why? Why was he? Why? Because he was mad that he wasn't the most
he wasn't. It was all a joke. But I think he was just stirring the pot for fun. But it definitely
like, I'm going to borrow some ideas and bring them into my YouTube channel.
Yeah, but
gaming and Bollywood music and you know, just capture that audience.
That's hilarious. Start making Indian specific investing content.
I know.
That might work.
So Deep Black Ice, thank you for joining. How much of a deposit do you need for your house, Brandon? Oh, and by the way, just wanted to say hello to Ravi, Search Property TV. He's also big into real estate. So if you guys want to follow him, definitely follow him. But yeah, back to the question. How much of a deposit?
I think I need it depends what I buy, but I think if I want to get a house, which in Canberra would probably be around about 600. I think I need whatever it is, 20, what's 20% to avoid LMI? Is that right?
Yeah. Well, there are some new things as well as a first home buyer. Have you heard of them?
No, tell me about them.
Oh, I love this stuff. I've been researching first home buyer stuff. So they have a new first home buyer's deposit scheme. So you can have less than a 20% deposit without LMI, and the government acts as a guarantor. But there are a certain amount of places. So I think it's like 10,000 places, so you have to get in. But that's a great option, you know, if people don't have a 20% deposit. And then there's also First Home Super Saver Scheme. So you can actually save money in your super and then withdraw the surplus and use that for your deposit, which is really cool.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my problem with getting a house is to convince a bank to loan me money just because I work for myself. That's the hard bit. But I got to look into ANZ. Everyone's been saying go talk to ANZ because they base their estimates off of, they can take 1 year of self-employed income. Everywhere else averages the last 2 years. And
are
because
you with
2 years ago,
broker?
I've spoken to a few, but they kind of just spit me out, which is fair.
Maybe I can give you my mortgage brokers. Hopefully he's different and can help you.
We'll see how we go. But I'm just I think I'm just at this point just going to wait until after my next tax return, because I should be okay if I just wait until July, August, sometime around there. I'd sat down with a couple of mortgage brokers, and the amount I can borrow, it's a ridiculous difference from 1 year to another. It's because it's because it's the average of the past 2 years of self-employed income. So like last year was fine, and the year before that I was working like full-time as a physio, and I did YouTube like just on the side, and I was earning peanuts. But that draws the average down so much. So I'm like, no, trust me, you know, I'm legit. Come on, banks. But,
they're like, where did you get this money from, Brandon? Like, what's this?
I just walk into the bank and I'm so up myself. I just go, I'm Brandon, from new money.
Wait, you don't know who I am?
You don't. Let me tell you.
I've got. Wait till my 100,000 YouTube subscribers hear about this.
Yeah,
David,
just you wait. I'm going to make a video about your bank on my channel, and it is going to be so negative. You're going to regret this.
I'm going to tag you on Twitter. I'm going to start a Twitter feed. Oh my
Excuse me, what's your name? Can I speak to your manager?
So,
oh, dear.
But you actually could do that, you know, like rustle some feathers.
Oh gosh,
yeah. No, but you're too nice for that. You would never.
And it always that stuff ends in disaster.
That's so true. You never know if it could backfire.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, would love to hear your thoughts on the Australian real estate in 2021.
That's something you can talk to more than me. I don't know. I don't really follow. Like, I don't really follow the real estate market. I'm just looking for a house to buy so I can live in it. That's all I want. That's like one of my financial goals is to just have a house paid off. So I just trying to find something. But I don't really keep up with the property market as much as like the stock market, obviously. Do you have insights there? You probably know more about property than me, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm saving up for an investment property and it's a house. I'm so excited. I'm thinking like next year, been looking around at some places. Yeah. So I think that, I mean, obviously I'm not an expert. I don't really know, but I think it's really surprised me, the property market this year. You know, I was hearing all that doom and gloom and all the predictions that were like,
hasn't really worked out, has it?
50%, and I was like, oh crap, I just bought my home, like now it's gonna lose 50%, but it didn't happen. And I think it's a lot more resilient than I thought it was. So I would like to give it a go, give the whole landlord thing a go, see what it's like, and if I like it, maybe buy more real estate. If I don't like it, maybe not. But I like the idea of being able to build like extra bedrooms and bathrooms, because that can really increase the property value. So yeah,
nice.
So Aussie Money Man, heads up, ANZ will charge a bit more for the perceived risk.
Yeah,
that is good to know.
Good point. Yeah.
And
I wouldn't have and regret it so badly.
So many people. Oh no. So Michael, how to make money how to make money on YouTube. Just teach other people how to make money. That's true. Yeah.
You might be onto something.
No,
it's so true. I mean, it's kind of sad, but it is true. The best way to make money is to talk about making money. I mean,
yeah, but I think that the way that I think we try to do it is like, we're not pretending to be like billionaires, like living the high life, like with some like people that are just have it all figured out, you know.
You can't see, but outside this window there's this massive pool, and I'm on top of the hill, and out there is just the beautiful lights of Canberra. No. Definitely not.
True. So I think I think at the end of the day, it's like, what I've realized is like, you know, you just want to be honest with these things and be open, and you know, people relate to that because they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense, you know. And then I think we're all on this journey together, you know. That's what I love. I'm like, feel like we're all on this financial independence journey, and we're all getting there together.
Absolutely. That's one thing that I actually get a little bit frustrated about sometimes, is that, I don't know, because I've kind of found some success with the YouTube channel and it's grown to a certain size. Like, people almost, they watch my content thinking that I'm like some expert. So every now and again, I got to be like, guys, I'm not an expert. It's like, people might be surprised to know, maybe if you haven't heard me say this before on my channel, I've never studied these topics formally. I've never gone to university, done a degree in economics or commerce or finance or anything like that. Literally just picked up some books from the world's best investors, started reading, had a go, learned from some mistakes, and kind of originally I started making YouTube videos just based out of the mistakes. Like, one of the first videos I made was just like what a listed investment company is, because when I first started, I was like, I don't need those diversified things. I can just pick. And then I just stuffed it all up. So I was like, all right, maybe it's probably best to start diversified.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's kind of funny. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like when people see a verified tick or they see a lot of numbers. I mean, most people are really good. They can see through some BS. I think it's pretty obvious to spot BS, but yeah, it's weird kind of
so
thing
true.
where people really listen to you just by the numbers you've got on your channel or something like that. It's like, oof. Anyway.
Yeah, it's so true. It does make me nervous as well. Like I never want, I don't know, I feel like sometimes there's a lot of pressure, even though I'm quite small. I'm just like, I just care about people so much. I don't want anyone to lose money or anything.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to be really careful with what you say, and you know, it's scary. But I think also, as much as it scares me, I think it's also there's so much positive stuff that comes out of it as well, because when I was kind of starting my journey, I was like looking at people like you, Brandon, that were like my age and investing and doing really well. And that inspired me to start investing. And if you weren't there, then I don't know, like it wouldn't have been as easily accessible to me. And I think I would have been too intimidated to start. So I feel like it's a, you know, it's a good and a bad thing, but there's definitely a lot of like, you know, we take it seriously. Like, yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely.
So, this is an interesting question. Brandon, share story on this live stream about how people, your viewers, subs, contact you and blame you for their losses when they invested.
Yeah, geez, there's been a bit of that. This is like why I don't talk about my portfolio anymore, or why, you know, I used to do these stock analysis videos where I'd include valuation and blah, blah, blah. And I just don't do that anymore because, you know, you put up the disclaimer at the start of the video where it's like, do not invest in this stock just because I'm talking about it, you know, valuation, you know, it's totally up to you what you invest in and blah, blah, blah. And don't trust in all this because you never know. Maybe I've got something wrong and you would hate to buy that stock and I've got something wrong and then you just believe that. But even with all those disclaimers and whatever, then people still just buy these stocks blindly. I had that with I've told this story before. One of the investments I made, well, it was speculation in a small, well, it's not Australian, but it was Australian listed space company called Sky and Space Global, and it was a small bet and it went bust. But the amount of people that followed me into that stock, I was so small at the time that I didn't realize that would actually happen until it did happen. I just felt so bad, you know, even though I was just like, yeah, speculative position, I'm not going to put too much into it. I felt really terrible about people having, like, I was getting comments saying, hey, I bought this stock because of you. I was like, shit, I said, don't do that, but they did anyway. So then, you know, you can't help but feel bad if you've said something and you're excited about a stock and then it goes bust and someone else loses money. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, some YouTubers are just like, I don't care. They do whatever they want. And if they lose money, that's on them. I still feel fine, you know, whatever. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of us are just like, I can't take that, you know. It sucks. But yeah, that's from my experience. Hard. It's just a bit annoying, really.
That's really, really hard, and that's not easy to go through, you know. But yeah, I get you. I would feel the same way if that happened. I'd be like, oh.
Hopefully, if this is happening on a wide scale where the stocks I've talked about, people have invested into them, I hope that overall, the net amount of money that's gone into stocks, we've made money.
Yeah, I think so, hopefully. For sure. For sure.
Well, I mean, it's probably hard to lose money in this stock market environment, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. You know, stocks always go up. Stonks always go up, as they say. So I thought maybe we could we'll stay on the chat for maybe another 10 minutes or so, 10 minutes, and answer a couple more questions. But this is great. So we've got 55 people on, by the way, Brandon.
Wow.
Yeah, lots of people. I know.
Jeez, thanks for tuning in, guys.
So out of curiosity, how many income streams do you guys have?
You go first.
7.
7. Man, 7. You just know it, don't you?
I know.
Need a bit of time
I did a video on it, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So you already know.
Sneaky plug.
I think I probably have 5.
It's a good feeling,
I think
having 5. The multiple, you know. So you've got YouTube, you've got affiliates, you've got your course.
Yeah,
Dividends?
YouTube profitful. Yeah, dividends I don't count because like they just get reinvested. So yeah, YouTube profitful. They're the big two. And then I teach gym classes. I still have one physio client a week.
Ooh.
Yeah, still I just teach gym classes because I enjoy it. It's not because I'm trying to make money or anything. Otherwise, if I was just trying to make money, I wouldn't do it. It's kind of keeps me it keeps me accountable, so I keep myself fit.
That's
and
good.
then Amazon affiliates, sponsorships. That's probably all. I mean, you can, if you want to still count the t-shirt sales, technically I still receive a little bit.
Redbubble. I think you're most excited about your Redbubble. Have you ever seen like Brandon's like videos breaking down his income streams? Like the most excited he gets
pumped up.
is like his $20 Redbubble sale. He's like, guys, I made $20 from Redbubble from this.
Of which I don't even get 20. I get like 4. I get $4 out of that 20. But
it's so funny how that's the one you get excited about, like not the other monster ones.
Yeah, because it's kind of just like, that was like the one that started it all, I didn't know what I was doing. I just heard this passive income phrase get chucked around. I'm like, all right, better start doing some of that. And I started selling my knitting grids for $1. Nobody bought those. I was like, all right, maybe we need to take it to the next level. So I was just photoshopping. I was just sitting on Photoshop all day, photoshopping these rectangular designs and just get them printed on t-shirts. And, I just started cranking them out. I was like, if I make like 100 of these, then someone will probably buy one. And I did. I think I made like 120 or something. And sure enough, people started buying it. And, as like a 16-year-old or 17-year-old, however old I was, and you're getting like a couple of sales a day.
Rich.
Yeah, you're getting like 12,
like billionaire.
$10 a day, $12 a day just from t-shirt sales. You're just like,
yeah, like how many, what do kids buy? I don't know,
video games.
Yeah.
McDonald's,
yeah. Can shout all my friends' Maccas. Like,
how many Happy Meals do you guys want? I got you covered. You want a 6-pack of nugs or you want 12?
Deep Black Ice, glad you found you guys for investing, similar age, Australian, same goals. Oh, that makes it all worth it. Thank you. And Cray J loves Redbubble, by the way, so he's probably like, keep talking about Redbubble. He loves it. Cray J, Sensei, get Queenie and Brandon on the Keen and Grace chain. Have you heard of Keen and Grace?
No,
Lots of people are talking about him. No, but I'm going to check him out. Maybe this is actually Keen and Grace, and he's just pretending to be Cray J, and he's like, have you heard of this guy?
I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
I've seen this guy before.
And thank you so much, Tommy, thank you so much for the donation. Opinion on the crypto market and Bitcoin and Ripple.
Oh.
And by the way,
what do you think on crypto? What do you think?
I think I'm like, like everything, I'm open-minded. I obviously, I'm a bit nervous about it because I lost money in 2017. I thought I was a genius. I was investing in the bull market and I was like, oh my God, I'm making so much money. I'm like so smart. But actually, I was an idiot and the bubble burst and I lost all of my money. So it still makes me a bit nervous, but I still like the concept of it. I think I believe in it. I think it's cool. Like it definitely could be maybe
it makes sense.
It does make sense, and it's doing so well. I feel like it maybe one day might become a bit more mainstream, but I'm not going to invest as much as I did back then because, like, for example, Ripple, the one that you mentioned, like that was the one that I was big into. I was like, Ripple is like, it's just the best cryptocurrency ever. Yeah. And it hit $4. And I remember at the time I was like, yeah, $4. I was so excited. And then I was like, yeah, it's going to keep going up. And then, that was the peak. And the CEO like made a tweet and he was like, Ripple hit $4. This is just the beginning. And I was like, yeah. And then the bubble burst. And then I lost like all my money. And you know how much Ripple is now?
No, I don't follow any of these cryptocurrencies.
It's like, I was on Justin's live and we looked at it and it was like 60 US cents.
Oh,
and it was like, it still hasn't reached that $4 peak. So I'm a bit like, Ooh,
Oh, yeah,
I don't know. I
80%.
feel like I don't know enough really about it.
Man,
What about
Bitcoin's
you?
26 grand. That's insane.
Oh, it's
Well, I
gone up so
mean,
much.
I don't know heaps about it, to be honest. This is one of my weaker points. But makes sense. The blockchain, I mean, when I'm watching videos and trying to educate myself on how it works, I mean, it makes sense. It's smart, especially the fact that, once there's how many Bitcoins are there in total? It's like 20, 21 million or something like that.
There's a certain amount that
How many
is limited or
Bitcoins
something.
total? If you know, let us know in the chat. 21 million Bitcoins. There we go. I was right. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't like the method is good, and I feel like it will be eventually the next big change in currency kind of thing. However, I'm not interested in it from an investing point of view for the same reason that I don't hold gold, is because it just sits there and does nothing. And in Bitcoin's case, it sits there and does nothing and is also very volatile. And
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you tomorrow if it's going up or going down. I've got no idea, absolutely no idea. I don't even know if there is a possibility of understanding if you can know which way it's going to go. But yeah, I think that
deal with that uncertainty if you do invest in it. At least that's what I found. You have to be like okay with not knowing.
Yeah. And I think that's why if you're going to put a little money in there, maybe it's the future, and maybe you buy 1/1,000,000th of a Bitcoin and you come back in 50 years and it's worth $1 million or something. But I don't think I would be comfortable with putting any sort of substantial portion of my portfolio into a cryptocurrency. I think that's where I kind of stand on it.
Me too.
But I mean, if you believe in it, then go for it.
Yeah,
you probably know more than I do.
Into it, but not too much. I'm not making the same mistake again. Owen says, "Love the new haircut, Brandon." He actually messaged me on Instagram and he was like, "Ask Brandon about his haircut." But
if I tuck in my little things, then I'm almost a Draco Malfoy. Right? He's ultra slick though. What if I do this?
He's very slick. You need some gel. You need like one of those combs, and
yes,
like your hair's almost wet. Can you please do that for one of your videos? I would love to see that. You get so many comments. You should do it just for the engagement.
Let's do it right now. Let's go wet my hair and just slick it back like nothing else.
Actually, that would be so
Let's go. Keep the chat entertained.
Okay, I will. Yes. And hello, Justin. Thank you so much for joining. Australian Shooting Channel. Massive fan of Redbubble. Did you know they're publicly listed on the ASX? I did. I really like Redbubble. I actually haven't really used it before, but I've heard it's really good. Like obviously Brandon loves it, Cray J loves it. But I would love to know what you guys think of it as well. Cray J, it is my fave ASX stock that I own. Know that, Cray J. So let's see. Oh my God. Yes.
How do you like that?
I love it. It's actually really accurate because he's kind of got those
he's got the little
kind of stringy pieces of. I love that.
Ooh,
you should do this for Halloween.
So
you should actually do this for Halloween, and you could just be like, "What's a stroke your mouth?" They say says some what do you know, Potter or something like. He's like,
my father will hear about this.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
What do you know? You're a mudblood.
Yeah. Filthy mudblood. Yeah. Look at that. That's nice. Look at this luscious hair. Anyway. We've gone crazy. We've lost it completely.
Get me on the podcast. I actually told B Aviation to say this. Get Queenie on the podcast.
Yeah, let's do it.
Love the hair. Love the hair.
This is the new me.
Oh wow, there's so many comments. I need to keep up. There's just so many. It's like going.
Pablo can be used for the next thumbnail, Brandon. I agree.
Oh my God, yes. Please, you'll get so much engagement.
Oh, you could do something real weird with my hair.
Brandon, okay. I get gangster. Jeremy and Brendan should go around collecting money from people.
An Italian gangster. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, that is so funny. I love that.
Well, this live stream's taken an unexpected turn.
It really has. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Really appreciate it. And financial interest. Nice live stream watching from Abu Dhabi. That's so cool.
Nice.
Wow. International people. Love that.
Awesome.
And awesome. Tommy, he owns Ripple, made life-changing games. Problem is people panic sells when it drops 20% in a day. It's a big drop, you know. I feel you. Let me just see if there's anyone else that I haven't said hi to. And hello, Hussein. I think we might wrap up the live stream, but
look, it's probably fair.
Nathan.
Things have really start sliding off the rails here.
I know, right? Thank you so much for joining, everybody. I know, it was so much fun. I loved hearing all of your comments, and you had some really great comments. And Brandon, thank you so much for coming on the channel and for talking about investing and Tesla and for slicking your hair back like Draco Malfoy. Yeah.
No, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. It was good fun hanging out, and thanks everyone that joined us and all the comments. We appreciate it. It's good to talk to you guys.
It was so much fun. Thank you. I'll see you guys later. We'll be going. Bye.
All right. Catch you guys.
Bye.